In today's video, I'm going to share with you a real simple method and a couple of great drills to help you load that trail hip better in your backswing. A real key part to making sure you maintain posture. Make sure you check out this video. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today in the indoor studio, and as I mentioned there in the intro, what we're going to be discussing is the trail hip and how to load the trail hip better in the backswing to really store some of that energy, make sure our pressure's correct onto our trail side, but also to really help us maintain our posture. A key part for your whole golf swing, and we're going to do this with a couple of real simple exercises. I'd love you guys to consider subscribing if you haven't already. The info for me is just coming along the bottom of the screen. Right now we're going to jump into this one. Oh, that one nearly went in. I'm really happy with that swing. What you'll have seen there is I set up, and it might have looked a bit strange, but I dropped my trail foot back. Now, I'm not suggesting we're doing this necessarily on the course, although you might do it a little bit. If this is a fault of yours, you're not loading that trail hip correctly, your backside is moving forwards, then you may give it a go a little bit on the course. I was doing it quite extreme as a training drill. Now, why did I move my trail foot, my right foot behind my lead foot? I was trying to get the sensation that my right hip, my trail hip here, was moving up and behind me to really help me keep my backside on that imaginary line. And in a minute, I'm just going to show you a drill just using a kitchen stool, a swivel stool, bar stool, that kind of thing, behind your backside. Anything that you can grab hold of a ball would do the job. That's going to help you feel that load into that trail side. And the reason I'm doing it is a couple of things. One, I want my backside to be on or behind the line of where it started. So what that's allowing me to do is hopefully keep my backside back at the start of the downswing. A fault we often see is early extension players losing their posture. Now, I've had a number of golfers recently where their backside's going forwards towards the golf ball on the backswing and even more so on the downswing. And then they'll lose posture, they'll stand up and out of their posture. We call it, as I said, early extension, often being caused from what's happening in the backswing. Not always, but look at it. Another reason for moving that trail foot back is it's really getting me that sensation that as I load this trail hip, the pressure is being felt over the inside of my trail thigh. Now I've got stored energy to apply some lateral forces, some forces going into my lead foot at the start of the downswing. So some real key points to a better backswing movement. We want that trail hip to rotate, but it's actually rotating on a tilt. So my trail hip is going up and behind me. My lead side here, you can see here, is going down and in front of me. So I like doing that drill even with the player not holding a golf club, so just with their palms facing down. And what we're trying to get the sensation of is that trail side going up and behind me, my lead side going down and in front of me. So you can see my lead hip is rotated up and behind me. My trail hip's gone up and behind me. My lead hip has gone down and in front of me in this movement here. So I'm trying to get that sensation for the backswing that I'm actually turning, but turning on a tilted axis. And I love that exercise. I'm just going to do one more with that trail foot drop back. And it might be that you need it a little bit on the course, so you practice it a lot, exaggerated on the driving range or garden. But then when you get to the course, you maybe just want to drop it back so it's sort of 10 degrees or so to, again, get that feeling, that sensation that we're loading that trail hip correctly. I would always look at it on camera. You know, free apps and things that you can draw some lines on your body, draw a line on your backside and just see what it's doing. We do not want it going forwards towards the golf ball. So I'm setting up, I'm just hitting here a mid-iron. This is an 8. I think I've set that green about 160. Big things I'm expecting. I haven't nearly hold that first one. So trail foot's dropped back, as you can see, by a good sort of 30 degrees or so. My body is aiming way out right. But I'm just rehearsing that feel of loading that trail hip. Great for anyone who's under rotating. If you're not creating a big enough coil in your backswing, lifting the arms to the top, this is going to be really relevant. Yeah, that felt solid as well, slightly left, but only just left edge of the green. So trail hip turn further behind me. And I was also, with that drill, I'm getting the sensation trail hip turns further behind me, but on the follow through, I still feel that pressure into my left heel. What I don't want to do is pressures into right heel on the backswing and then feel like everything's out towards my left toe on the downswing. So I'm almost feeling like I'm shifting my pressure from my right side to my left side, but keeping a little bit back into my heels almost, rather than actually the fault of losing posture with my backside going forwards. And I would encourage a drill just using I've got obviously a kitchen stool bar stool here. Could even be just a beach ball or something like that, or a Swiss ball that you'd use in the gym on the back of a garden chair or front of a garden chair. We're just going to almost make it tough. We're almost going to set so my backside is just off that line. I'm trying to get the feeling, my microphone's a little bit in the way, but that I'm turning the chair and loading that right hip better in the backswing. And I could go a stage further and even work on the downswing, how we're actually getting that lead hip back onto the chair. So trail hip on the backswing, lead hip on the through swing. But rather than going into a lot of detail on the downswing, I'll put some links in this video that are well worth checking out. Let me just, I'll have to move the chair in a little bit, but hit one using that. So backside's just in contact, maybe even not now actually, just slightly forwards of it, but I'm going to leave it there and really feel like I can turn that chair, swivel it with that trail hip in the backswing. I'm just going to do this at a nice slow pace. So trail hip, move the chair on the way back, lead hip, move the chair on the way through. So a great sensation. Just if you can do some practice swings at home, that will definitely work for you. If you can do something on the driving range, even if it's your golf bag behind you, it's better if it's something you can squash your turn, but needs must. If it needs to be your bag behind you, then fair enough. I know giving those exercises a go is definitely going to help you load that trail hip. Hopefully you can see the importance of that. As I mentioned at the start, if you haven't already, I'd love you guys to jump over and subscribe to my channel for free, at least 2 instructional videos a week. If you hit the little bell icon, it just notifies you every time a new video goes live. Cheers guys, I'll see you again soon.